Hey Pelahatchie, I have great news to share with you. We are ready to reconnect as a church and to gather together again in corporate worship, and that's going to start on Sunday, June the 7th at 10:30. It's time for us to be able to get together and worship together, be able to see one another, at least a little bit from a distance to start being able to gather as the church. A couple of things I need to share with you, some details that the deacons have been working out about what that will look like for us to be able to stay safe, because we want to worship. We obviously don't want to do anything to cause one of our members or a member of our community to get sick. So here's what you need to think about when you get here. All right, so Sunday, when you come to church, this is what things will kind of look like for you. One, enter through the front doors of the sanctuary. They're the only doors in the building that will be unlocked. They're the only doors in the building that we're going to use. So you will enter through the front doors of the sanctuary under the columns. When we're done with the service, we will also exit out of those doors. We are one of the ways that we're going to kind of control what gets touched and contaminated. So that's how that's going to work. When you get to those doors, the deacons are going to be there. They're going to meet you there. They're going to be wearing masks, and they're going to be holding the door open for you so no one ever has to touch a doorknob. They'll be providing hand sanitizer. We'll have stations for that at both of those entrances. They'll also provide a mask for you if you need one. We have several masks, and they're reusable type masks that you can have. You can take one and for everybody in your family if you need it. And the reason we're giving you that is you have to wear a mask while you're here. That's the decision that was made, is that in the sanctuary everyone will wear a mask unless you were 2 years old or younger. That's the health department recommendations, that 2-year-olds and younger should not be wearing a mask, but everyone else needs to. So bring your mask, bring your fun mask, the one that you've designed, and if you don't have one or just need an extra one, we'll be glad to provide one for you at the door. But in the sanctuary we ask that you wear it. Now, when you come into the room, we've kind of marked off certain sections of pews in the sanctuary to give guidelines about where to sit. Basically, it boils down to we're going to sit every other pew. So there will be a pew of emptiness between each group, and then we will also ask that you would sit on opposite sides of those pews. So, basically alternating. So your family may sit here, and then we'll skip a pew, and the next family will sit on the third pew, but on the opposite side, and that gives us 6, more like 8 feet of separation, so that we're not breathing on each other, and keeps us properly separated. So we'll have signs that mark off those spots, and we ask that you just follow that. That'll give guidance and make things real simple and clean for all of us. We do encourage that your family groups sit together. Essentially, the people that you've decided are part of your family, that you're trusting, having close contact with, and we will put you together in a group on your half of the pew, so your family can sit together like that. And we won't be doing a nursery. There won't be any childcare provided, but we do want you to bring your children with you. So bring them, let them be in the pew with you. Yeah, they're going to make some noise, but that's okay, right? Like, that's always okay with us. We don't mind the noise. That's the sign of a healthy and vibrant family, when children are there making noise. So bring them. We want them to be here. We want them to be able to experience this odd but very real and meaningful time of corporate worship together. Now, we still have to follow some basic social distancing rules. We need you to be able to keep 6 feet of distance between one another, especially coming in and out, and that'll be hard. That's just a discipline act on our part to make sure that we are considerate of one another when we come in and out of the doors. That also means you need to refrain from the things we want to do, like hugs and handshakes and congregating in groups in the parking lot. We're just asking that you be conscious and be considerate of the rest of the church family. We don't want to take the chance of getting anybody sick. Also, to think that obviously, if you don't feel well, if you wake up feeling weird, you have a fever, don't come. Not that we don't want you here, but we don't want to expose anybody. And also, if you consider yourself part of the high risk group, and if it would be dangerous for you to be in public, don't feel obligated to be here. We will still be videoing the service, and we'll provide that on all of our website and Facebook outputs. We'll also be making DVDs of it and have those here in the church office for people that need that. So we will still make it possible for you to worship together as a family at home. If it's not wise, or if you're just not comfortable being out in public or being in the sanctuary at this time, that's okay. That's totally fine, and we will give you tools to be able to worship and study Scripture together at home. So those are kind of some basic guidelines, some things that of how we're going to be functioning and what we've set up. to make it possible for us to regather together this week. I want to tell you, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait. Some of you I've not seen in several weeks, and I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to worship Jesus with you. I look forward to us being able to express our thanksgiving, express our love, to offer our worship to Jesus together as a family, to pray together as a family, to obviously study Scripture together as a family. And I am so excited and anxious to be back together. So I look forward to this. I hope that you will be here this Sunday, June the 7th at 10:30. God bless.